Aside from its beauty, music excites me because of its power of communication, because it's a fundamentally social event.
The music course at Oxford is incredibly broad, and I think you can only really appreciate how huge it is once you're here.
The kind of perception that goes with the Oxford course is historically has been it's a course for organ scholars, or it's a course for choristers, for choral scholars. You know, you come here and you play in a college chapel or sing in a chapel. Well, we certainly do have plenty of organ scholars and choral scholars doing a music degree, but we also have many, many other people.
The first year course is quite structured, and there is room for choice, but a lot of the things are determined for you already. And I think that can put some people off and be like, oh, I wish I could study this. But I think most of those things, or if not all of those things, are there for a reason.
But in the second and third year, things just open out, and you can choose to direct your interests in a much more diverse range of ways.
Obviously there's a lot of history in the course, but there's also a lot of sort of the psychology behind it and sort of sociology and making music, kind of the political side of it and the political significance of it, which has just been so fascinating to see how it really interacts with all these other theories and stuff from different subjects. And I hadn't thought about music in that way before. I'm
focusing on my dissertation for a bit, so I'm looking at gender in Korean pop music and doing an ethnography of Japanese karaoke music. So, which is, I think when people look at the Oxford course, you think, oh, there's no way you could do anything like that at all.
You can do courses in orchestration and in composition if you're a composer. You can do courses in how to create a critical edition, music ethnography, music theatre. At Oxford, you get to try your ideas out as a student with world experts.
The music faculty has a really, really good library, but it's also supported by all the college libraries, so there are certain key texts which your college will usually have, but then if you need anything else, you always have the music faculty and the Bodleian.
We've got the Bate collection attached to the music faculty. It's a collection of really ancient old instruments, really historic ones, and they work very well with the students. If you're interested in that, then you can borrow sort of ancient instruments from them. Like, they've let me have a go on these sort of Baroque flutes that are really old, Baroque and Renaissance, which is really cool.
There are other wonderful things about Oxford as a musical city, and it's a profoundly musical city. So the performing opportunities for students at Oxford University are immense.
I've been in the Hansel and Gretel opera, which happened over last term. I've played with college. I've been and played in the British Embassy in Paris, and there are just so many fantastic opportunities that you just wouldn't get anywhere else.
So you should do a 40-hour week. That may sound horrendous, but it's actually pretty straightforward. If you get up at 9 and start working and sit down at the end of the day, cut off at 5.
You invest a lot of time, but then you also get so much back from your tutors, which is something that you don't get at other universities. So every week you have at least 2 hours of one-on-one or 2-on-1 with your tutor.
I really love the tutorial system. It means you normally get really good feedback on all your work, and it means that there's also a lot of support if you're finding something a bit more difficult. You
have to put the work in, which you can't escape it, because it's just like 2 people and them, so they know you. There's no hiding, but that's incredibly useful. And once you've got over the initial kind of fear, then it's great.
So I've got 1 or 2 essays a week, and quite a lot of reading attached to that, with some techniques work too, which is writing music in the style of people. And then on top of that, quite a lot of sort of practicing my performance and trying to get together my chamber music group for finals.
I think I've got a lot better at structuring my ideas, because when I arrived, I just I'd have a question and then just splurge information on a page and then be like, how can I find a structure to this?
We're looking for people who are excited and imaginative in their approach to music.
Oxford has such a fantastic reputation, and I thought, why not? I might as well go for it.
One of my form tutors at school just thought that it would be worth me applying. Like, not many people from my school have ever been to Oxford. I think I'm one of the only ones. So yeah, but she thought it would be worth me having a look around and really sort of encouraged me to go along to the open day. So I came along to the open day for a bit of a laugh with my mum.
The interview seems like a very scary thing, but you should just go and see it as a fantastic opportunity to talk to someone who knows so much more than you do.
I actually really enjoyed my interviews because I wasn't expecting to get it and I was really relaxed. And there was quite a lot of people who were auditioning for music in this college. So we just had a really lovely time and spent 3 days up here singing and playing music in the Bait collection and exploring Oxford together with interviews in between.
When you come to your interviews at Oxford, you're treated with respect because we know how tough it is. And we just want to see you open up and be yourself. It's not a test. We're not interested in catching you out. We're not interested in finding out how much you don't know. It's not a multiple choice questionnaire.
And I got this letter and I think I actually opened it and screamed aloud. Yeah, because I was quite shocked and quite scared.
Many students, when they finish their degree, do indeed go to conservatoire. They go and fulfill their ambition to be a practicing musician, at least for a few years. Many others go into journalism, they go into arts management, but we also have students, I certainly have students who've said, no, I want to do a law transfer course, or I want to transfer to medicine.
I'd like to go into music therapy eventually, so that would involve going and doing a postgrad somewhere.
I don't really know what I want to do after the course, but I think in many ways it's because the course has opened my eyes to so many different options, and not necessarily just the course, but being at Oxford and meeting so many incredible people and having so many interesting friends who are all interested in different things, and then you think, oh, maybe I would like to do that.
My sort of final words to students thinking about choosing a course would be, why not apply to Oxford? Why not?